Hola. Hello. Feel like doing a reading, okay? Slight disclaimer, please don't give your power away to tarot. This is just for entertainment purposes and it can be used to help you with your intuition. You have full 100% responsibility for your decisions. Um, this does not constitute absolute advice, it just constitutes what the cards come out with, okay? Um, so please don't give your power on a notification come up on my computer. So I feel like doing a reading. I do take personal bookings for readings, so if you want one, drop me a message. I'll put my details in the description box. Give me a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. It helps me grow the channel. And without further ado, let's get going. With what is going on in the collective. How are the collective doing today? Because I know how I'm doing, and I know what's been happening for me. I want to know what's been happening for you. What do you need to know, collective? What do you need to know, collective? Talk to me. What do you need to know? Okay. What do you need to know, collective? What is it you would like me to find out for you? What do the collective out there in Tarotland need? Okay. 3 and 1. Okay, need 2 more, please. Overlight the reading. Okay. Okay, the Dream Walker, the Web Weaver, and the Spirit Whisperer. Okay, Dream Walker. Okay, the Web Weaver, and the Spirit Whisperer. Spirit coming through. It's my bewitched nose. Okay, so dreams, the collective good, illusions, synchronicity, divine intelligence, cause and effect, divine guidance, higher knowing. So there seems to be an awful lot of, I don't want to say spiritual BS around, but illusions being cast at the moment. There's very dreamy, there's a very dreamy atmosphere to this. It's very much about spirit. There's not a lot of physical there. So there's a lot of things being woven, being built in spirit right now. The web weaver, the dream walker. So when you're dreaming, seems to be dreams are a little bit, well, they're highlighted. I don't know. The spirit whisperer. So there's a lot of messages. Okay, there's a lot of messages coming through from your spirit, through your dreams. And the things you are wanting to weave, you know, what commonly called destiny, but basically is your true path forward. What do you want to create? Let's not give our power away to anybody, okay? What do we want to create? So we want, you know, there's a divine will coming through, which is the will of God is your will coming through your higher self, okay? You are a part of God. So there is a synchronicity going on, divine intelligence, cause and effect happening, and it's coming through your dreams. And spirit is whispering to you. How many people wake up and they kind of hear voices talking to them in that lucid state where they feel like they're still in a dream, but they're also aware of their physical reality? I've got to stop leaning on the table because I can see I nearly said Cambridge. I don't know. Maybe Cambridge is important to somebody. Um, it's important to me. I was born near Cambridge. I grew up first 3 years of my life near Cambridge, but it might be important to somebody else. So there is a lot coming through in spirit. So how many people hear people talking to them when you're just waking up? And you're in that lucid state. You're aware of your surroundings. You are aware of your dream state as well. That's a lucid state. I'm sure most people who watch tarot know that, but for those who don't, that's what lucid is. Lucid is that state. It's a brainwave and a state of consciousness where you are aware of your of being. You are in your dream state, and your dream world and your physical world are linked. Okay, you're aware of the astral. I might sneeze in a minute. Hang on. I've got something here. Did you see that move? Okay. Spirit whisperer, divine guidance and higher knowing. Listen to those. Be aware. So when you're waking up, be aware. You will hear negative voices and you will hear positive voices because there are guides and versions of you that are speaking to you. Divine intelligence is coming through your dream state, and the ancestors are speaking. I think that's it. I'm getting a lot of stuff coming through from the ancestors at the moment. Ancestor work is really important, and I am going to do a video on ancestor work. Right. Oh, okay. Do we need all of these? Okay, apparently so. Indecisive, DNA, karma, so that's interesting. Dawn, new beginnings. Prayer feather. Spirit of water. Medicine bag. Tribal spirit dancer. Okay. So, there is a state of indecision. What are you indecisive about? What are you indecisive about? What is it that you can't make your mind up on? I will get tarot out and confirm these. Okay. Seems to be a family, DNA, maybe a Kundalini with that, but because your Kundalini affects your DNA, so you could be waking up, you could be having a Kundalini. I mean, the Kundalini is always moving, it's just limited very often by the blockages, but maybe it's stirring. Maybe you're having Kundalini experiences. Maybe you are, for some of you, I think it is trying to move and there are blockages. Some of you, I think there is like ancestral DNA, ancestral karma that is trying, that is limiting, that is making you indecisive. So there's ancestral karma, and there are ways you can get rid of this. You do not need to process anybody else's karma, okay? You do not need, and you should not be processing other people's karma. Karma is a balancing, okay? It's a balancing of experience. That's all it is. All with 100% free will, there is no judgment. All you are required to do in this universe with free will is pay back your karma. That means you balance out, you experience every facet of that experience from all angles so that you are aware of everything and you have learned everything you can from that experience. And karma becomes a problem when you refuse to do that. Okay? Ancestral karma, there are people and beings in your family line, in every family line, that have not paid back their karma and are dumping it on others. Just as it comes down in the form of this is not done maliciously a lot of the time. This is just a failure to realize all of their lessons, and it comes down the family line. It is up to you to reject that, send it back, and with the nicest possible way, with a lot of love. But I'm not dealing with that, okay? And you'll find a lot of your indecision and a lot of the more negative things that are happening, or where you feel like you are not, where you're being blocked, where you're not getting success. And I think a lot of you have been doing that work. I think a lot of you have been doing ancestral work. I think the tribal spirit dancer, so is shaman work, dancing between the worlds. I think this is a reading for those of you who are maybe healers, shamans. Maybe you have a natural affinity to astral project. Maybe you've been practicing astral projection. There is also a call for someone to step up and be a tribal spirit dancer. Okay, there is a call by your ancestors that there is some karma there that needs balancing out, and you are being called to do that. Okay, you are being called to pay attention to your dreams, to pay attention to the divine intelligence and the divine guidance that the ancestors and the guides are bringing through. And there are people that need you to do that. Okay. Um, so sacred prayer feathers. Um, so wishes on a tree. There is a wish or a prayer that you are not sure you should make. Okay. And getting in contact with your dreams, really paying attention to your dreams and the guidance coming through that, coming through your intuition. And at times when you're doing the washing up, maybe doing the ironing, washing the car, working on the car, walking, things where your physical mind is occupied. Sometimes your DNA speaks to you in those moments, and your DNA is largely memories from your ancestors. You stand on their shoulders, okay? The ancestors' DNA. Everybody in your family line has left their memories inside your DNA, okay? And that's a mine, like a gold mine of information, okay? And that can speak to you for someone that's talking to them. Water is consciousness. The spirit of water is a liquid crystal matrix that holds the consciousness of the planet. Okay? For somebody, that means something. Somebody needs to hear that. Medicine bag. What experiences are in your medicine bag? What experiences are in your medicine bag? Okay, where do we want to go next, team? Oh, don't start that again. Okay, I'm going to go with this one. They said the blue one, and I'm like, well, it's blue. But I've got about 4 blue decks, so it's their standard response when I say, where do we want to go next? And they say the blue one. I'm in a particularly, watch out, I'm in one of those moods. This is there is a group of you out there. I don't think you're connected physically, but there is a new there is a new state of being, a new consciousness coming through for you. You are getting a lot of information, and I think most of you know that, okay? For those of you who aren't quite sure, you need to pay attention to that. There is a new consciousness, okay? The waters are being refreshed. There is a new beginning, new consciousness. Prayer feathers. I'm going to clarify that with the book, I think, in a minute. Hang on. Bear with me. Yeah. Okay. So it's asking you to, love is flowing, okay? It's asking you to have more love for yourself, for other people, that love is flowing to you and through you, okay? And love is truth. It is source, okay? Love comes from source. It's a truth. So try to understand that people are working through their own wounding and their own illusions, self-imposed and imposed by others. But underneath that is a spark of source, and you're being asked to step up and understand that on a deeper level. No matter what an individual is saying or doing, love him or her anyway. Yeah, it's asking you to try and just understand and have compassion for and love each person as a spark of source. It is part of being the tribal spirit dancer of the tribe. You know, if you do not feel like you are in the right tribe, you need to change your tribe. There is work. There is definitely work. This is a higher calling. And for some of you, being asked to build a medicine bag, both of your abilities. So, what healing abilities, what abilities, what are you clairvoyant? Do you get visions? Are you just one of those people that just knows the truth? Your intuition is spot on. Do you have healing abilities? Are you clairsentient? Um, are you telepathic? Are you just somebody who is extremely solid, dependable, and grounded? Because that is a skill. In today's day and age, that is a skill. Do not underestimate the power of being grounded like that. If you have strong roots, you can grow tall. Okay. But there's also a call for you to build your medicine bag. Okay. Put in your medicine bag objects and things, memories of power, of your truth, things that will help you and keep you safe, things that will help other people. Your medicine bag is a sacred space, and you're being asked to build that. You can find a lot online about medicine bags. You can read a lot about them. Um, I would suggest you do that. Um, Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, the Lovers, and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so this has been a long time coming. It is building slowly. The Knight of Pentacles, bless him, is pretty much the slowest knight in the deck. It's probably the slowest moving card other than the Hanged Man. Bless him. But he is very sure, a little bit like an earthquake is a slow rumble compared to, say, a tornado or a raging fire. Okay, but it is unstoppable when it gets going. So this is, and the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who has reached the top of her game. She is wealthy but grounded. She's very stable. She's very stable. So there's a lot of stability in this. If this is a business for you, if this is your business, there is a lot of stability here. If this is something you are contemplating, again, a lot of stability. So the Lovers does not necessarily mean to say this has to be a partnership. It could be, but from what I'm seeing, this echoes the call to love. This is like the prayer feather, the call to love, to understand we're all a part of source. In some aspects, maybe it's a choice. You do have a gateway there with the two pillars. So there is a portal, there's a gateway here, a gateway, a portal to something you love. Um, I'm not getting any hint that this is a lover. Okay, it might be. It might be for some of you. There might be a business partnership here. There might be a partnership with fellow healers or tribal dancers, so to speak. And there is the Ace of Wands, really good new start in spirit. So that echoes the dawn. Okay. It echoes the dawn. There is a powerful new beginning in spirit happening. A powerful new beginning. So we've got patience, temperance, the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Seven, and the King of Pentacles underneath. So these are undercurrents. This is underlying. Okay. Patience. Have patience. This is a slow process. The Queen of Cups is very loving. Watch out for those self-created delusions. Okay. Watch out. The dream state is very illusional. It can be very hard to understand exactly what the truth is. So use your discernment, okay? Be like the Queen of Swords in when you're working with the dream world, when you're working with spirit, when you're working as a spirit whisperer and a tribal spirit dancer, when you're working in shaman realms, be discerning, use your truth, use the sword of truth to cut through all the BS, okay? There will be some really good information coming through, but use your discernment. Make sure you don't get caught up in that kind of Queen of Cups, rose tinted glasses, okay? Make sure you use the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords together. Seven of Pentacles. This is work in progress. So for a lot of you, you've already started this process. You've started this path. And this is a new beginning on a path that you have already or has been part of your family line. Okay, this could be a family karma, like bloodline karma. Okay, so for some of you, this is something that happens if you were to do an ancestral working on clearing your bloodline and understanding the origins of your bloodline. Steve Nobel has a very good one. He has several good, very good meditations on finding the origins of your bloodline. This could be family karma. Okay, it could be that you are reuniting with ancestors from your past in your bloodline that are coming forward as guides and master healers to help you, or master practitioners of whatever area that this represents, because it's not specifically healing. The King of Pentacles is here. That's the King and Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so this is very stable. If this is a partnership, a business partnership, it's very stable. If this is a friend, if this is you just on your own, this is the uniting in the physical realm of the masculine and feminine energies. So this is very stable, highly stable, slow moving, but very, very stable. So very good. That's extremely good. And we've got 3 out of the 4 queens. So that is, you'll have to excuse me, I'm a bit slow today. It's Sunday and I'm slow. So what do we do? What does the collective need to do to take us forward? What does the collective need to do to take this forward? What advice for the collective moving forward? Elephant spirit, learn from the past. Elephants apparently remember everything. They're extremely intelligent beings. Extremely intelligent. Extremely powerful and very gentle. Buffalo spirit, the abundant universe will provide. So trust the universe. Learn from your past mistakes. There's a thing coming up about learning from the past. The past is a wealth of information, a wealth of knowledge, and an absolute goldmine if you want to refine your abilities, refine your path forward, and grow in yourself. Okay? Trust that the universe is going to provide those opportunities, and trust yourself to understand your intuition and understand when the right opportunities are being presented. Anything to be aware of? What do the collective need to be aware of? Okay. Hummingbird spirit, be in the here and now. Okay, be present. That comes down to being more grounded. This is what they were saying about being grounded. You need to be very grounded to do this work. Okay, you need to be focused on the here and now. Learning from the past is one thing, but do not live there. The past is not a land that you want to live in. You want to live in the present. Um, be here and now, be grounded, be like the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, be very solid, be grounded. From that, you will be able to grow into the dream worlds, the dream walker, the web weaver, the spirit whisperer, the tribal dancer. Okay? You cannot do that if you are not grounded in the physical, because it's the physical material realm that provides that grounding. Okay? Your roots grow into the earth. They don't grow, I mean, unless you're an orchid, and even an orchid needs something to attach to, okay? So I'm talking about the air roots of an orchid, where it's usually largely out in the air and taking in the moisture from the air. So we all know air plants where they tend to take moisture from the air, but they still need to be attached to something. They can't just hang in thin air there. They need to be attached in some way, shape, or form. They need an attachment to the physical world. So there is a tendency, especially in the those working in a spiritual field, those working in healing, those working in the intuitive arts, the esoteric arts, um, there is a tendency to get very caught up in the spirit knowledge and the spiritual realms, and a great tendency to ignore the physical realm. The material is as important as spirit, okay? This is where you birth things. Okay, so it's about bringing that knowledge through to the physical and grounding it in the physical realm. That knowledge needs to be here in the physical realm, and then working out how to do that in the best way. And your ancestors can help with that. There's a big thing about ancestral work here. Dog spirit, be loyal to what you love. So make sure that you are doing what you are doing because you love it, not because you believe you should be doing it, not because you believe it is the work that somebody sent you to do. Make sure it is your truth. That's what love is. Make sure it is truth, and make sure you are loyal and committed to it. And make sure you surround yourself with those who are loyal and committed to you too. Okay? Make sure you are not surrounding yourself with those who are not loyal to you, because that is not going to be grounded for you, and it's going to interfere in the work you do. So make sure that you are loyal to what you love, and those you love are loyal to you. Be peace. Undercurrent. That's what's going on. That's what you can't see. Be at peace. Be at peace. Okay. I'm just going to get some. Yeah, there's a powerful collective. Motivation. That's to do with the dog spirit. Being loyal to what you love provides the motivation that you need. Okay. Three of Wands. And again, I mean, these are water cards, and there's a thing here about. I'm getting the image I'm getting is of a male seahorse who is the one that carries the eggs. He's the one that kind of gives birth. The female kind of gives the eggs to him and buggers off, leaves him to it. Bless him. Um, Anything's possible in the realm of consciousness. You have free will. Okay. What else is? Oh, okay. These talking. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. This is something you love to do. Okay, this is something you love. And make sure it is something that you love. If this is not something that you love, get out. This is not the realm for you. This must be a calling from your heart, okay? This is a new beginning as well, a new beginning in love, a new beginning in emotion. There are new beginnings. There may even be, because we have the lovers here, there could even be a new beginning in love linked to your business, linked to this, okay? Maybe you're getting downloads and inspiration through dreams. Maybe you keep seeing somebody in your dream. Maybe there's a relationship happening in your dream world that hasn't manifested itself in the physical yet, because that's possible. Sometimes we do dream about people who haven't got into our lives yet. Remember, things are built from spirit first and then here. And the masculine is the fire, is the wand, is the active passion. He has the idea. The male has the idea. He has the idea in spirit, but he cannot manifest it without the female. It's the female that physically gives birth to it, okay? That needed to come through for somebody. So there might be a partnership there. This could be about love for some of you. It could just be about what you love. Queen of Cups again. Look, I just noticed I've got chocolate down my tongue. I'm like, guess what I've been doing? It's one of those days. Chocolate was definitely needed. I'm obviously saving that bit for later. Queen of Cups again. Okay, so now we're starting to get into the realms of emotion. This is also spirit. The Queen of Cups isn't just about love. This is consciousness. This is somebody who is happy swimming around in the realms of consciousness. Okay, this is someone who is happy delving into all the emotions and energies of consciousness. So this could be this is someone who would be actually very well suited to dream walking, spirit whispering, mediumship, talking to spirit, shamanism, journeying, healing, channeling, light language. These aren't just woo-woo topics. These are higher technologies that are trying to manifest themselves on the planet. As we go up in vibration and such spirit. As we go up in vibration, because the planet is going up, she's ascending. As we ascend and we are jettisoning the heaviness, we are getting in more and more of the higher technologies, of which alternative therapies, mediumship, talking to spirit, these are abilities because they're technologies. Your body is an instrument. You, as a soul, do not have the same boundaries and restrictions as your body does, and that's for a reason. You come here to experience being an individual. But your body also it's a transmitter receiver. It has abilities of its own. Okay, so learning to anchor yourself in the physical doesn't necessarily mean you're imprisoning yourself in the physical. It means you have roots to grow so that you can explore a wider range of vibrations and dimensions. So don't knock materialism. If you can balance materialism with spirituality, that's a good place to be in. What else do we need to know? I need to close this out now. Use another deck. Okay. Use the green one just to throw a wobbly in. Okay. We want to throw a curveball in. Okay. What curveball do we want to throw in? These are they're not dark, but I like to balance polarities. I don't believe in rejecting darkness, just as I don't believe in rejecting light. I believe the path is to understand the truth of both within yourself. Okay. So what do we want to know for this reading? Oh, some of you might be witches. Okay. Anything else? Okay, there's one more coming apparently. It's taking its time. Oh, two maybe. Destiny. Tower escape. Okay. Okay, some of you might be trying to escape from tower escape. Can you see that? Now or never, self-preservation, beware of exposure. Okay. Okay. So some of you might be trying to escape from situation. Some of you might be dreaming of doing this kind of thing. You might be dreaming of a new start, but there is a situation that you need to escape from. The witch. Seek diverse sources. Resilience and conviction. Destiny. Unchanging elements, certain outcome, consistency. And the protector. Compassionate, resolute, fair, and seek justice. So this is what I was saying, where it's guiding you to be true to yourself, to your truth, by bringing in love. This is the lovers. This is the lovers. It is also, it's swimming around in that Ace of Cups. Okay, lovers and the Ace of Cups, because love is truth. So make sure you are linked in very much to your truth and the truth of your being. That does not mean that I'm telling you to be light all the time. Okay, the truth of your being is a mixture of light and dark in whatever concentrations are right for you as a soul, okay, and for you as a body. Your body has its own consciousness, okay, so make sure you are grounded and rooted in your own truth. If especially if you are looking to escape from a situation, self-preservation, beware of exposure. Okay, beware what you are exposing to the world. Beware of what you are putting out into the world. And if there is a situation that you need to escape from, now is the time to do it. There is protection. There is a strong protector. There's protection, and that protection comes from truth. Truth has no polarity. It just is, okay? The more you stand in your truth, the more protected you will be. That doesn't mean to say people aren't going to have a go at you, because that's the nature of people. But be resolute, be fair, be compassionate, and seek justice. Now, I don't believe in justice or judgment. I believe in remedy and resolve. There is a destined element to this. This comes down to karma, ancestors, DNA. There is something to do with your DNA, with your bloodline, with your family line that is to do with this. There is something balancing out within your DNA, within your bloodline, okay? That is meant to happen. It's a clearing, it's a balancing, it is a coming to light of ancient ancestral wisdom. The witch. Seek diverse sources, resilience and conviction. Be resilient, be convicted. That comes down to this card, Dog Spirit. Dog Spirit, be loyal to what you love. Seek diverse sources, resilience and conviction. Be convicted in your truth. You know, stay strong in your resilience and your conviction to your truth and what is truly you. Okay, there is this thing coming out all over the place, actually, that I've noticed. Where is that? About the witch trials. And that's not just, I mean, you could be a man and resonate with the witch trials. There were men that were, you know, burnt. There were men that were stoned. There were men that were outright murdered. There were men that were dunked and drowned. And there are men nowadays that were women back then who have those experiences. So just because you're a man now does not mean to say you did not go through that. And there is a big wound on both sides for the masculine and the feminine about speaking your truth, especially when it comes to esoteric, spiritual, occult practices, okay? Occult means hidden. It is not bad. It is not the devil. It is, you know, I mean, there's a dark side. We know this, okay? But if you know the truth of your dark side, it becomes easier to accept the truth of somebody else's dark side. So there might be a wound in this, and this could be what you're coming out. There could be an ancestral wound to do with the witch trials to do with being persecuted. Um, Standing in your truth is never going to be a bad thing, even if, as in their case, something bad happened. But living your truth is important. It is absolute. Okay? That's what God is. God is absolute truth. That's what Source is. Anything else? Nope. Okay. I want to know more about what this is. What is this? I've said everything you need to know about what this is, okay? For those of you who are watching this, you know what this is. Be strong, be stable, be true to yourself, be true to your convictions, and persevere. There is a strong protector around you. It's likely to be an ancestor. Um, Explore your indecisions and work out what the truth of them are, okay? Because some of it, there is this thing about you being indecisive about what you should be doing. Seek out your truth. That comes from the waters, the consciousness, the love, okay? Work out what your own truth is, and then you will know which direction to go in, okay? As long as it can't speak. As long as it is in alignment with your truth, there will be no indecision, okay? Always follow your truth, and that comes from here, but it also comes from your gut, okay? Understand your intuition. Use your spirit whispering. Your spirit is talking to you all the time. Life is talking to you all the time. Listen to it, okay? Anyway, drop me a like, drop me a subscribe. If you want to talk more, drop me a comment below and we'll get a conversation started. Good luck, and I will see you again.